Have you ever wondered what it takes to build something really complex, but starting from, well, nothing? No fancy tools, no shortcuts, just pure, raw code. Today, we're going to see just how powerful that idea can be. Okay, so take a look at this. This is a pretty sophisticated sales form. It's got everything, right? You've got interactive drop-downs, a slick date picker, sections for customer info, product details. You could even add new rows on the fly or refresh the whole thing. It looks polished, professional, and honestly, pretty complicated to build.
But what if I told you that entire form was built using only this, a completely blank Notepad file? Yep, no color coding, no helpful hints, no autocomplete, just a blinking cursor on a plain white screen. So the first question that probably pops into your head is, how? And maybe the better question is, why would anyone put themselves through that? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down. So let's tackle that why head on. Choosing to build something in a basic text editor isn't about making life difficult for no reason. It's actually a really smart training method. It's about building a rock-solid foundation of knowledge. And you can really see the difference here. On the left, you've got a modern code editor, which kind of holds your hand with all its colored hints and suggestions. But on the right, you've got Notepad. It offers zero assistance. This forces you to know every single tag, every attribute, every semicolon, completely by heart. There is absolutely no safety net. And this really gets to the heart of the philosophy behind it. The original creator said it perfectly. If you can learn to build something this complex in such a bare-bones environment, you're not just learning to code, you're genuinely building deep expertise from the ground up. So where do we even start? Well, you start with the blueprint. In the world of web development, that blueprint is HTML. A great way to think about it is like building a house. This is the essential framework, the walls, the floors, the roof, long before you even think about what color to paint it. So HTML, that's Hypertext Markup Language, is the absolute standard for every web page. It uses these things called elements, or tags, to define the structure of all the content. It really is the skeleton that gives the page its basic shape and holds everything together. And every single HTML page on the internet starts with this fundamental structure. The docutype just tells your browser, hey, this is an HTML document. The HTML tag wraps the whole thing. The head section holds all the behind-the-scenes stuff, like the title you see in the browser tab. And the body, that's where all the good stuff goes. It's where our form and everything else you see will live. Okay, so we've got our skeleton, but a bare frame isn't exactly appealing, is it? Once that HTML structure is in place, it's time to, paint the walls, pick out the furniture, and set the lighting. For all of that, we turn to CSS.
And wow, the transformation is just dramatic. On the left, that's our raw HTML. It works, sure, but it's not something you'd want to show anyone. Then, on the right, that's the exact same HTML, but after applying CSS. Suddenly, it's organized, it's clean, it looks professional. That right there is the incredible power of styling.
So what is CSS actually controlling here? Pretty much everything you see. In our form, it's setting the background colors, defining the spacing around elements, picking the font, creating those nice rounded corners on the buttons, and even controlling the form's maximum width so it looks good on any size screen.
All right, so our form has a solid structure and it looks great. Now it's time to add the parts that the user can actually interact with. These are the building blocks that make the form, well, functional.
First step is the label. It's simple, but it's so important. This is just the text that tells you what to put in each box. Things like sales date or payment terms, and makes everything clear. Next, we have the input tag, which is the real workhorse of any form. This is the actual box where you enter data. And the cool part is, by just changing its type, you can make it a text box, a field for numbers, or even that cool pop-up calendar for picking a date. It's incredibly versatile. Now, when you need to give users a specific list of choices, you use the select tag. Think of this element as the main container for the entire drop-down menu. And then, tucked inside that select container, each individual choice is an option tag. So for our transport dropdown, the options would be things like by road or by rail. For payment terms, it's 30 days or 60 days. Simple as that.
All right, so we have all our pieces. We've got the HTML skeleton, the slick CSS design, and all the interactive form elements. The final step is to assemble all of it into one cohesive, complex application. Now, a really important part of this advanced form is that item details section. To create that organized, grid-like layout, we use an HTML table. This is what lets us arrange all the labels and different kinds of inputs, like drop-downs for products and number fields for quantity, into those clean, easy-to-read rows and columns.
And finally, we have the action buttons that really bring the whole thing to life. You've got an Add Item button to pop in more products, the all-important Submit button to send the data off, and a super handy Refresh button that uses a simple reset type to instantly clear every field so you can start over.
So when you look at the whole process, it proves a really powerful point. Mastery isn't about having the fanciest, most expensive tools. It's about having a deep, fundamental understanding of the basics. And that leaves us with one last, kind of inspiring question to think about. If all of this is possible with just a blank text file, what could you build if you truly mastered the basics?